Hello and greetings to my fellow capstone classmates. My name is Racine Oury, and this is my project proposal presentation. We're discussing the alternative methods that could be used to mitigate the depletion of wild-caught fish species. So the purpose of this study is to analyze the global issue of overfishing and explore how we as a society can better utilize alternative methods to mitigate the exhaustion of already struggling aquatic species. The goal is to employ a local restaurant as a model to provide a visual example of how applying different methods could cut back waste and the depletion of species that we would consider wild caught, i.e., what commercial fishermen are generally catching on a daily basis. In reference to my pending research, I will be focusing on the analyzation of overfishing on a global, regional, and local scale, interpreting alternative methods that consist of fisheries and/or fish farming, and dissecting a local fish-revolved business and revising their efforts to be more sustainable and beneficial for everyone that's involved. Research involving this restaurant will focus primarily on the yield and variety of fish that is discarded daily, monthly, and annually, and how we could potentially reduce these numbers. This leads me into my primary research question, which is how significant of an impact could we, human society, make on wild-caught fish species through the increased use of alternative methods like fisheries to reduce the exhaustion of all different aquatic species consumed on a local scale level. 3 reasons that this study is important on a societal scale is 1, overfishing needs to be addressed and efforts to revise our activities need to be put in place stat. 2, conserving and preserving a resource people rely on for both food and a way of life is monumental for the future growth of any population. 3, cutting back on waste in general is crucial. Promoting the reduction and reusing and recycling of products will push us towards implementing more sustainable practices that actually last. On a personal level, this is important to me because of my immense love and fascination for the oceans and desire to protect them, my appreciation for fish both as an aquatic living animal on this planet and a source of food and survival for myself, and then just the fact that change is super important and it's not impossible. I think that we're still stuck in this ideology that making monumental changes will take another century to achieve, which is not true, and I just only hope I can help other people realize that. The first of my 2 concrete examples I will be using is the cod fisheries from the 1970s, known as the tragedy of the commons. Newfoundland's Atlantic cod fishery collapsed because of inadequate management and education, devastated livelihoods and the surrounding environment, and it was essentially worst case scenario that actually happened. My second example is a little more recent. It revolves around fish-oriented communities on the British coast. People are losing money and jobs due to a lack of local economic influx through fishing, which is what these communities live off of. And this is a resulting effect of developed world's actions, lifestyles, and level of consumption. I use these examples because they're things that have happened or are currently happening, and they're prime examples of the direction we should be moving away from. So say someone were to ask, so what, why does any of this matter? First, this research is applicable to anyone that considers themselves an avid fish consumer or just does eat fish every day. It's making headway in raising awareness for people in other regions that are being affected by our lifestyle and choices. It's focusing more attention on changing oceans, which covers about 70% of our planet, so they are a little important. Cutting back excessive depletion of popular and preferred fish will provide more repopulation down the road, which essentially means more food for everyone. On the restaurant platform, a restaurant that is wasting less means that there's more food to sell, which is more profit. And more profit means more financial benefits for the business and the people it employs. Once people start to see change happening, it creates more initiative to actually push for lasting change. It's not easy, but it's definitely not impossible. And I hope that with this research and study, that more people will be inclined to try doing the same.